guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another episode of Fire Force. We're now on season 1, episode 2, which is called The Heart of the Fire Soldier. So the last episode was just our intro to this world. They came out swinging, which I really enjoy. Drew me into the story really quickly. We were introduced to who I think is going to be our lead, Shinra, and he apparently is an Infernal or a third generation Infernal. There's many grades and generations. And he's got a mission to make himself a hero because he's been unfairly and unjustly labeled as a devil because of some stuff that happened in his past. So I'm excited to jump more into this world and find out more about this team and more of what's going on. So without further ado, let's jump into the episode. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know when I drop episodes, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. There we go. And the notification bell. And also you can watch full uncut episodes of this on my Patreon if you want to head over there right now. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Fire Force Station in spray paint. Is that a cross gun or a sword? That's a good question. Okay, so brains aren't his strong suit. Knight? That was a great cut. Right as it was about to get violent, they're like, wait a minute, guys, hold on. So she can make fire friends? Oh, okay. Right, it's still fireman, even if it's cute. Okay. Are they both third gen? Okay. Oh, not the golden hair. Wow, really? You got that easy? Damn. Shinra's still ready to fight. Thank you. I appreciate it. Is he not a fan? Not a fan of cute. Damn. But fire kind of comes from her, but okay. Right? You're praying for him, it's that bad. Okay. Maybe you'll see if he gets humbled here, or if he's earned the name King. I guess pretty privilege is real. I mean, he literally just said your name and looked at you, sis. Yeah, just because she's second gen doesn't mean she doesn't know what she's doing. Oh, damn, what is that even supposed to mean? Yeah, like, bro, that took you 5 minutes. Okay, there we go. Oh, we still can't control it. There we go. Nice landing. I agree. Ooh, a lightning sword. I'm so impressed. Exactly. Know your place. Hope you knocked out a tooth. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm an ogre now because I don't care about your pretty privilege? Oh. Welcome back! Oh, damn. That was the wrong word. Oh, she transformed your flames. That's cool. Yeah. That's quite a name. There you go. She's not great with naming them, clearly. The way they're both so annoying. But you needed this. Both y'all was a little cocky. You need to be schooled by people with experience. Experience over power every time. Pretty privilege. It sucks, but it's a real thing.
俺は出動のたびに30キロ以上装備しないとならないし、
Dang.
メンテナンスにも時間かかるし。
Wow.
今回は戸建て住宅での火
Thank
災だ。
goodness.
神羅の能力にも制限がかかるかもしれん。
Ah. Yeah, yours is kind of all over.
静かな現場だな。
I was gonna say, where's the fire? I didn't see smoke.
今度は私も。
2年前にもあの子の母親が葬人化したようで。
Yeah, then I guess it's likely you might be next. I have no idea how this works though, if it's hereditary or what.
最近現場でおかしな事故が多発していると聞く。
Like what? What's stranger than combusting? Didn't he say to put your weapons away? Like literally 2 minutes ago.
だが、残された遺族の気持ちはどうなる？その戦いで鎮魂されるのは大切な肉親だった人だ。
Your pride can wait. Drugs? What? Huh? When did that even... What they even... How?
自我のない葬人がこんな真似をすることは考えにくい。
Yeah, no, this is definitely someone maybe more like the witch, right? But what was in the vial? Spot of tea, anyone? Oh. Okay, hello. Ghost Rider.
おとなしく座ってますね。
Okay, he just wants someone to have tea with him. Maybe that's it?
とてつもない炎の痛みに耐えて座っているんだぞ。早く楽にしてやるんだ。
Interesting that there's differing philosophies about what they're going through.
炎は魂の息吹。
Is she actually necessary? I'm
黒
confused.
煙は魂の解放。
Because it looks like y'all are just extinguishing them, but okay. Glad he went peacefully. That's different. Kind of like that they're not all going to go out in like big, you know, crazy ways. Is that what was in the... I'm so confused. I don't think it was the dad. Right, I said we found out what was making him mad today.
こいつはほんのジョークだぜ。
What's a joke? You're mocking them or trying to bring the house down on them? How's that funny?
遺族の思い出が詰まった現場を荒らす奴は絶対に許さねえ。
Got it.
必ず捕らえる。
Okay.
今は退却するぞ。
Yeah, I forgot. The girl does still technically live there.
私もいつか
If you
燃え
keep
ちゃう。
saying that, then it's going to be true, ma'am.
勝ちました。美香子さんのお父さんもお母さんも。
Didn't think about that, but yeah.
から守ってくれたのでしょう。
Actually cared about not wanting to hurt you.
できることはこのくらいしかない。
Yeah.
だからこそ、できる限り残された遺族に寄り添い。
What even happens? Where do you go? Is there a place, a program? Right? Like, what's she going to do? She's in school? She can't get a job? Is there insurance? Life insurance for when you combust?
目をつむれば見えることもある。何言って。わからないなら寝てくれ、悪魔。
Why are you in my business?
俺たちがこの人体発火現象を早く止めるんだ。
Oh, that's your ultimate plan. Okay. All right. It's a admirable plan. I think it has to be best to figure out how to stop it from happening altogether. But then my question would be, what happens to all the infernals then? I mean, are they not an offshoot of whatever is causing the combustion? I don't know. They haven't really explained that yet. Or maybe I didn't really understand it well enough in the first episode. But yeah, that was another good episode. We have another player added to the mix so quickly. I like it. The pacing of this show. It's keeping it coming. And yeah, Arthur is interesting. A little bit, coming across as a little bit arrogant, but I'm going to take that in stride right now. Might be a bit of bravado. We don't know his story yet. But he definitely has the charm and the pretty privilege and knows how to use both of them when necessary. But it looks like he's got maybe more, I'd say, refined skills than what I'm seeing from Shinra. Like, Shinra, I think, is very powerful and probably is not even tapped into what he's fully capable of yet. But it feels very chaotic at the moment, very, very big. We saw in the last episode, he's got, like, a huge, like, what do you even call that? Firestorm is kind of what happens when he really charges up, which obviously is helpful in some situations, but in more delicate matters like this one, where you have a small space, a home that you want to hopefully keep intact, neighborhood and people around that could get hurt, you need something a little bit more small, refined, controlled, and it looks like Arthur's a lot better with that since he's able to create a plasma blade, as they call it. So anyways, looks like he and Arthur have a little bit of a history / beef, but you can tell it's one of those frenemy type situations, right? Like they dislike each other, but they also kind of high-key respect each other. And it looks like Arthur actually cares a lot about Shinra, which is interesting because Shinra seems to be more of the mind that Arthur looks down on him and doesn't like him, which kind of, I mean, for obvious reasons, that's the way Arthur acts. But I noticed twice this episode. First, when Shinra got knocked off the roof by the witch, can't think of her name right now. Miko? I can't remember. I don't know why I slipped on it. Anyways, when he got kicked off the roof, Arthur had genuine concern. He was like, wait, oh my gosh, right? And then, of course, we see that thankfully Shinra got it together. But then again, when he's telling him to sleep, right? Telling him he needs to rest, he knew that he was awake. He knew his mind was racing. And he was like, now you need to go to sleep. That's not something that I think he just heard. I honestly think he must know Shinra well enough to have figured out that that's the way he acts. Like, my point is, I think that Arthur's paid a lot of attention to Shinra over the years. And even though he calls him the devil, as I said, I think there's definitely, at a minimum, respect. And at a maximum, I think he cares a lot about him. And I'm not sure why at this point. But anyway, interesting dynamic between the two of them. I think it's going to be fun to watch them bicker when they're pretending to hate one another. But other than that, we got to see more of, is it Miko? I think it's Miko. The witch, anyways. We're seeing now that the way the pyrotechnics use their powers in the second gen, anyways, is very different. Because for her, she said she can't she can't ignite her own fire. She has to get a spark or pull from another source. So I see she's more of a fire bender, if anything. Although, no, firebenders could generate their own fire. But anyway, point being, she really is a kinetic in the sense of she can manipulate it, but she isn't generating it or spontaneously creating it the way that we're seeing the third gens. So I don't know if it's the case with all the second gens because we haven't seen too much of Mr. Glasses there use his abilities. Yeah, I don't think we saw too much of that in the first episode. But anyways, I'm just wondering, like, we've got second and third in this one. First is the Infernals, right? So that means that all the older ones have got to be second, right? That's what I'm assuming at this point. But anyway, I like that they kind of have differing ways of using their power. And that even though the witch can't generate her own flame, which, you know, we saw that, the priest girl was kind of like, oh my gosh, like this could be a problem. And, you know, the homie was like, nah, I don't think you need to worry. She's a soldier. She knows what she's doing. And I said that in the episode that people always think that power always overtakes experience. And it's not to say power can never outdo experience, but, you know, experience is very, very useful. And even if someone's super powerful, if you got someone who's very experienced on how to deal with things that are powerful, experience is going to win every time. So anyway, she proved that in this fight. Both of them had their tricks, but in the end, she was able to take them both down, right? In a way that was actually rather comical. So anyways, cool to see a little bit more of how their powers all work. And again, kind of a sad story here with this particular, what do you call it, extinguishing in that I like we're seeing too that the way that these people flame out is not always the same, right? We saw one in the very first episode, which was out of control, huge, and also the one that was at the station in the very, very first episode, like at the very beginning, which was also super huge. But this one was much more peaceful, chill, and I like the explanation that the firefighter said about like maybe that he just was trying to protect his daughter. So anyway, we're learning little pieces and seeing little bits of how this world works, and I appreciate that. And obviously, it's a bit sad that that little girl is going to be left on her own, but I think that we saw Shinra feeling a little bit of kinship with her in that, you know, he's also without parents too. So yeah, it's kind of a sad story. And as I was talking about in the episode, it's kind of crazy to think of what happens to all these potential kids that are left in the same situation as this girl. Like, what do you do? And also her fear now of when she's going to be next or if she's going to be next, right? So yep, like Shinra said, I think they're going to have to figure out a way to stop these combustions altogether. But what's the source? How does it happen? How do they even know what's going to happen? Or how do they even know when and where it's going to happen to someone to be able to stop it, right? These are all questions we don't have the answers to yet, but I enjoyed this episode very much. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.